Everybody, Greg here, and I'm here with my Seestar, and this video is going to be about some of the accessories that I have with the Seestar, and I was going to go over them one by one and see whether it might be worth pursuing or not. First items here are the levelers. Everyone has probably heard about the levelers. I haven't really had a problem leveling during deep sky imaging or really any imaging except the moon. The moon seems to cause a little bit of controversy when it comes time to level, and it's asking for a lot of leveling information. But for deep sky observing and solar observing, you don't really need the level. And here I just turned the Seestar on, and if you go to the app here, and let me see, if you go to the app here and you go into advanced features, an option here is to adjust level. And you can see that I just turned the Seestar on, put it on this table, and you can see that I am within 1 degree of level, and that's why it's not going to ask me to re-level. So in general, I haven't needed to pursue any of these leveling options. This is a very nice leveler where you make these easy adjustments with these wheels, and the little dial here locks the adjustment once you've made the proper adjustment to the correct level. This is a ball joint where you move the head around like this and make your adjustment that way. As it turns out, this is a much more precise adjustment than this was. These are both like $40 on Amazon. If I had to make a choice, I would go with this option because it has these very nice adjusting wheels. The bottom thread is 3/8, the top thread is 3/8, and that's basically what you need for the Seestar. Here with the ball joint version, you do have a 3/8 on the bottom, and this looks like a 3/8 on top, but it's really an adapter, 1/4 inch to 3/8 adapter here, because what it normally comes with is a 1/4 inch, and the top base here on this ball adjuster is not as stable as the top base here on the dial adjuster, and I think this is definitely the way to go. I've seen a couple videos on YouTube about this adjuster as being a simpler option, and I don't really believe that if I was going to use one or the other that I would use this one. I would always pretty much use this one, I think. Next thing I'll talk about is the cool dust cap here for the main lens. I bought this for $6 from Agena Astro at the same time I purchased the Seestar, and even though when you park the telescope in its normal down position and it goes in this case, it's probably protected pretty well, I still think that it's not a terrible idea to have this little dust cap. So I have the dust cap there. The last item that I'll talk about is this cool battery pack. So as far as the lifetime of the Seestar, once you turn the Seestar on and start imaging, I have found that after about 3.5 hours, the battery is dead, or it's getting dead. It's like right around 15%, and they advertise a 6-hour time. So I'm getting 3.5 hours taking 1-hour images of like the Whirlpool galaxy or the Bubble Nebula, which I'll show pictures right here. And I'll have more of my Seestar pictures at the end of the video. But I went with this option, which is a Talent, I think it's the name of it, cell. It has a 12-volt output right here and a 5-volt output, and this is, I believe it's this one is 8,000 milliamps, and this will definitely last all night. So the idea is you buy this cool carrying case for $15. You put this unit in here like this, and you strap this to the Seestar. So here I attach the external power source to the Seestar. I attach the USB cable that came with the Seestar from the external power source to the USB-C connector back there, and then you turn it on. And at that point, you should have enough battery power to last the entire evening. You can see here that there's a little charge indicator on the battery icon within the app showing that it is currently charging. So you really shouldn't run out of power at this point. So the one gotcha with this external power pack, I've only used it once, and what ended up happening is I was searching for M4 in Scorpio, and it was having a hard time centering M4 in the center of the screen. So I'm trying to move the Seestar around to more precisely center M4 before I start taking my images, and it's asking to horizontally level. It's going through a horizontal calibration. It's not asking me to level, but it's calibrating the horizontal. It's an option that you can turn off here on the Seestar. If you go into the advanced features here, you can see that, let me see, there is skip horizontal calibration up here. You can turn that off, you can turn that on, and that basically gets around asking for a horizontal calibration every time you go to an object. And this is kind of an important thing to do. But in any event, for this particular day when I had the battery connected, the Seestar was all of a sudden having a hard time trying to find M4, even though I had successfully located M4, and it was spinning around, and it ended up turning around so many times that the USB cable bound on the tripod, and I could hear the motors grinding because it wasn't able to keep turning anymore. So I powered off the Seestar, relieved the cable of its connection. I disconnected the cable and turned the Seestar back on, and everything was fine. And I went to another object and didn't have a problem through the rest of the night, but I wasn't using the external power source. So even though I have this external power source, I have a link to all these items down in the details of the video down below. But when I was using this external power source, it seemed like the thing was losing its mind and rotating and bound up the cable. It didn't know anything about a cord wrap, which is an option on Celestron mounts, for example. I did have another Seestar owner tell me that this happened to him when he was using an external battery when he was trying to image the eclipse on April 8th. So I don't know whether it's a feature of having the battery connected, whether the Seestar loses its mind and it can't function properly, or exactly what's going on, but this is the option that I have right now to help as an external power source for the Seestar. So very simple to set up. You just attach it to the leg, connect the USB connection, and you're good to go. So that is basically my little run through of these accessories that I have currently for the Seestar. Let me know if you have any additional accessories down below. If you have any questions about what I went through, maybe I wasn't detailed enough, I'm not really sure. But in any event, let me know what you think down below, and clear skies, everybody. Have fun with your Seestar.